There are three key words to describe the English Premier League. One is historic, explosive, and unpredictable. When you're talking about unpredictability, a lot of things went out there thinking they were going to nick victory. But somehow, some got their expectation met, others were disappointed. Talking about disappointment. On this edition of Offside, we're going to be previewing the matches that went by during the weekend and also look at what is going to be happening in the forthcoming week. And I have with me, as always, my teammate. He isn't happy today. The die-hard man, Danny. What's up, bro? Anyways, you don't have to say anything. You're just full of smile. The man is just downcasted because he was expecting that United were going to nick victory. I'm talking about the man that has become the fortune teller. The man that has come here to tell us that Spurs are going to, Tottenham Hotspur are going to win the Premier League. Romeo. Yeah, sure. They said they're going to win by 2-1. But somehow they nicked it 2-0 right there at the Etihad. And the man, the Blues never lose. The man was confident, but somehow his team blew him out of the waters by taking the confidence to another level, going to across London to beat their London rivals, West Ham, thumping your former coach, telling him that, look, you didn't know what to do in this team. We've just come to teach you some lessons. Welcome, guys.
That was my joy.
And for we Arsenal, we just did the normal thing now. You know how it is. You know, we don't we just did our normal thing. Guys, let me start with you, Danny. I see that you're not happy because I think that Amorim is not doing what you want, and that's one of the key things. You've always been somebody that is unbiased when it comes to talking about United. As much as you love United, that's one thing I love about you. You love United, you're a die-hard guy, but you always see the flaws and you say it the way it is. What transpired against Fulham? Because this was a game that somehow you guys had in your nitty-gritty. And we mentioned it here at the last edition of the show. We said, look, we hope that this your intensity continues. But what we could see in that match, that the intensity started, but somehow you fizzled out. So what transpired in that game?
That game, I would say I'm really disappointed about how we played.
It shows in your face.
Yeah, because it's not about, like I keep saying, it's not about playing the first game and then giving it your all. It's about consistency.
True.
How far you can take the same energy, the same pace, and the same mindsets for every game. Right. Treat it the same way, not like just, I'm playing against Arsenal, I'm going to give it my best. No. You play against Arsenal, give it your best. Play against Fulham, you do the same. And for every other team, respectively. But I think there was a tactical error with Amorim. For me personally, I don't think he's going to last the next 5 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge call.
They will sack him.
That's a huge call.
They will sack him because how can you...
You're just listening, eh?
How can you sign an attacker for 85 million rather? And then you put that same attacker on the bench.
Probably the guy hasn't gotten enough match
I don't give a damn. The guy should just play that guy.
Wow.
Why do you keep forcing Mount to play? Mount is not a left, is not a right winger rather.
Bro,
you kept using him on the same
probably
side.
seeing something in him that we don't see.
There's absolutely nothing in Mount, man. The guy is just like, he's just running a skater. The only thing that he gives to the team is just the energy level.
But
nothing.
You need that energy level.
No, please. Yeah, it's not all about it. No.
Anyway, let's hold you there because if I allow you to talk, you are really blowing fire. Let's come to the Blues never lose.
Of course, we never lose.
Somehow, we mentioned about your defense.
Yes.
And your defense went to sleep and your goalkeeper was caught napping. Now, but somehow, you guys just happened to rally around and you just got your nerves back. And where did you think was the turning point in that game for you guys?
I think before talking about the turning point, I was really expecting us to conceive a goal.
This man.
I was really expecting us because, you know, the last match we saw this young man, this 19 years, another young player, Achempo.
Okay.
And you see his performance, holding a top striker. I was expecting him also. Our coach has got some issues wherein maybe it is his own game plan. It tends to underrate teams. I think that defense, even though they performed well, but I don't have so much confidence. The two people that we are playing, like you got Tosin is somehow slow, and he loves doing direct passes. It cost us. You see that was the reason why they even scored, because he did a direct pass also. And most defenders, they do it by the wing, but he likes doing direct pass. Likewise, Chaluba is good physically.
So now you're agreeing with us that you have a problem in your defense.
Yeah, so that defense, I was not expecting him to come out with that same defense. I wanted to see the level of Achempo into that defense. Likewise, with Chaluba, but bringing two, I think, too slow. Yes, they look alike. I think no, and they caught us sleeping, because that goal from Paqueta was all class. But however, we came back, and the turning point was we were able to equalize. I think that was because no matter how we've possessed the ball, banged the ball.
I think what killed
if there was no goal
was the second goal.
Yes.
We're not expecting you guys to score again. The way Pedro took that chance.
It was an half chance and he just buried it. I think that was a pop-up and we went.
Anyways. Spurs. You guys are beginning to show your teeth in this title race. But somehow you're showing your formidability. But I still have a problem, just like I also have a problem with Arsenal and United and Chelsea. I have a problem with your team.
How?
But somehow I see a Kudus trying to do the yeoman's job. Want to do like he's the star man. I've been purchased. I need to just express myself. He's doing beyond reasonable way, because that is going to kill your team. You see him taking the ball from his position, he's running across, you dribble one, you dribble two, you dribble three. Why not play simple? And your coach, I've watched him do this in the first match. He's doing it consistently. He did it the entire match against Man City before he was even changed. So now, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Where did you think that Thomas Frank undo Pep Guardiola? Because for him to go to, because this is the second time that he's doing it at Brentford, he defeated Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
He has gone there again with a better team to beat Pep Guardiola. What do you think that he did that made that victory emphatic for you guys?
First of all, it was a fantastic win. I can say the team is so composed and disciplined. The team is so disciplined, because if you take a look at this at the start of the match, the way Man City were attacking us, you can see the way Mamouche was playing, and it was just because our team was so composed and disciplined and so I can say determined that made us not to even concede a goal, because they were attacking us in the starting of the match. Onto the 20th minute, we later came in the match and started playing Kudus. I think you mentioned a statement about Kudus. I can say Kudus is our star player as for now.
And that's why he's overdoing the things.
Because if you take a look at our first match, all of the assists came from Kudus. And when Tottenham is even playing, we can see all of the players we are down, but when no sooner the ball reaches to Kudus,
he does
everything.
So it's easy to kill your team now. Just look at Kudus.
And immediately they substituted Kudus, we started having problems. Okay. Sure.
So good. So what did Thomas Frank do in order to beat Guardiola? What is the thing that he did in that match? That's what, because I mean, fans want to know, viewers want to know, what is the tactical, genius that he brought into that game that made him beat Guardiola? Because going to Etihad to do that is remarkable.
Yeah, I can say bringing in Bentancur and Paulina, it makes a great difference, because we used to play with Lucas Belleville and Achidre in the midfield, but the moment he changes that partnership and bring in Rodrigo Bentancur and Paulina, I think that midfield, they play extremely well. They did everything possible. So the duo of
Bentancur and Paulina did the magic.
Yeah, sure.
Now,
I think the difference in that match was the fact that Tottenham did not allow Man City to play the ball. they were pressing them hard.
At the start of the match.
And their defense,
playing,
even from the starting of the match.
Our defense. No, our defense.
No, I'm
played
coming. I'm not
extremely
talking
well.
about your defense. I'm not talking about the defense. Man City's defense is porous.
Was in shambles.
No, yeah,
Yes.
sure. Because
Even
they
from the
made
starting
so
of the
many
game,
silly mistakes that
Thomas
cost
Frank
them.
knew that if they can get the ball to either Kudus or either one of his
Someone that can drive at them.
at them,
Yes.
they will have that goal.
Mhm.
So what they did was they didn't allow them to play the ball even through to the midfield. If you look at the goal that they even scored.
Because,
Yeah,
It
you will
was
see
the
like there
same
was a
mistake
high
there.
pressing.
Yes,
they
came
wanted
out.
to give this guy the ball, Garcia. But what they did was they pressed him hard. So they collected it. Sa was exceptional in that game.
Yeah, sure.
The high pressing was...
Like everything about the energy level,
He won the man of the match.
the way he
So
was pressing, the way he was passing. Like you said, football is not just about you playing alone. It's about doing things simple. And that's exactly what Sa did in that game. That was why he was exceptional.
Because Kudus would have want to dribble.
Yes, Sa didn't keep the ball.
Kudus played very well.
Someone could have been more
Yes,
selfish.
because they allowed him to be dribbling all those things.
Thank
You know
you.
that, like, let's say for example against United, a typical United team that played Arsenal on that first day, catch Tottenham, the way you are playing, you people will
Trust
be in
me,
trouble.
with this kind of energy that we are playing,
Okay.
if we continue with this kind of
We are going
energy,
to be in this
it's
studio
going
now.
to be hard for us to lose a match.
Okay.
Trust me.
No, it's not
I
about
saw
your energy level.
your goalkeeper making those short passes
Thank you.
that Man City could not take advantage of.
That was
And
what
another
was
thing-
missing
and another thing-
under Costa Coglu.
Okay.
No.
And defender.
And another thing with Man City is the fact that their energy level is down.
Down. It's true.
Remember, I said something. Do you know why I'm so happy that they are just complacent with signing players? Because I want them to think like they are a better team.
Right?
They can compete for the league.
Yes.
But this season will be worse than last season. Man City, it's very hard for them to win even against the top big teams. They can play against Chelsea, they will lose. They play against Liverpool, they will lose. They play against us, they will lose. Just watch the game between us. You understand what I'm trying to say? They don't have that type of energy level. Their defense is porous. Their goalkeeper is just like a downgrade to what used to be there before. So I don't think there is a more difference in the team. The only difference is the fact that they brought in new players, which are yet to gel. Yes. So that's exactly what is affecting them. So when Tottenham were holding the ball, they couldn't press them higher. But Tottenham had the liberty to play the ball from the back and come to the front. But when they have the ball, Tottenham has the energy to press them so that they can kick the ball in. And then Romero was all there to actually win those long balls coming in, those duels.
You want to say something?
Yeah. I think Daniel was also on point. It was the high pressing. You know, City usually build from the back.
Yeah.
I see City doing long passes.
Yeah.
So it tells you that Tottenham was really pressing.
They nullify those
and the pressing caused them to blunder. See the second goal. So that was the main point. That was the high pressing.
No, it was a build-up. Was a build-up.
Your high pressing game obstructed Man City from building up. That's what we are saying.
And what I'm saying about them as a team is not because of the bantering issue, but the fact is that I'm looking at all team on a holistic point of view, analyzing how everything is playing. For me, I'm not convinced about Arsenal yet. I'm not taken away by the 5-0 because there's something missing. The fluidity is not there.
Yeah.
You see the fluidity, the build-up is not there. You see some people running into themselves and all that, like they don't train. I was just looking at it.
I feel you winning 5-0. So there was something key to that. That's what made you run riots now and get. I think taking off Odegaard out of that game.
You got it.
I think that was the most fluid.
You now saw when releasing his ball on time. Gets the ball, he's not releasing. So nobody is doing that 360. So the problem with you guys is that you are being carried away by Romero and Van de Ven as your superman in the middle. Poro is overlapping the way he likes. You see Poro is dashing.
On that game, it was not overlapping. Because you find out
the guy was
giving him a hell of a It was after he moved Mahmoud.
Poro has been flying from day one.
It was always Spence that was overlapping.
Hold on now, both of them were doing, but Poro has been overlapping. Your problem now, you think you have Superman in Romero and Van de Ven.
It lost them.
Then the problem you are going to have is Kudus. Kudus is overplaying the ball.
But you can see when Kudus is even attacking,
the ball for long.
He also defends.
The guy will take the
down
ball
and defend
from his wing, pass somebody is close to him, give the man play simple. You took the ball to the
Halfway
midfield.
the midfield and then taking the ball down.
What are you doing? Is it a Pep Guardiola? We just pull him out of the game.
Is the confidence in Kudus?
That is
because imagine for him to just come in
let's
the team
go.
and started playing like
I just highlighted it to you.
It's just the confidence.
What we are trying to say is not like we are trying to cry
I'm
now.
happy for the
No, we're not saying that he's doing well, but he's overdoing this.
I'm happy with his
No,
performance.
that type of playing will only suit in a team like West Ham.
West Ham.
Not
No, even in Tottenham,
Yes.
you can
No,
see
because
where
in
Thomas
West Ham-
Frank, you
in
can
West
see where
Ham,
Thomas Frank is
the
happy.
entire game.
Even
the ball
holding
is
it
not with you.
after the
No, he has told us where they belong.
After
He said
some-
West Ham, he said even in Tottenham, so they belong to that level.
I think the turning point is
I'm so happy with
it's good Tottenham scored first.
Yeah, sure.
That was the only
Yeah, sure.
Had Man City
Yeah.
gone before, I don't see it. The best should have played the
Who
goal.
would have been with them?
Yes.
So,
if I could say defend, as for me,
It's
defend
super.
play very well.
okay, thank you. So let's come back to. I have a problem. I told you from the first show. I said, look, this intensity at which you guys are playing, I hope it continues because it seems as if
I said the same thing.
it seems as if Rúben Amorim is making these players do beyond what they are supposed to do. The way United is now as a team, frankly speaking, on paper, they are formidable. If you play your normal football and give people the liberty, the license to move the ball, and rather than restricting people, you're overplaying Amad Diallo. You could see that young man at a point is losing his energy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because he's going back and forth. Rather than even defending, he's trying to hack somebody to make sure that the ball doesn't. So you are taking something out of the young man.
Which
so
is
when
very bad.
when do you think that your coach will learn what to do with this? It is good to play different formation. It is good to stick to particular, but this 3-5-3 formation is taking the steam out of United.
Personally, for me, I think like he's putting a dent on Ahmad's career at this point with the position he's playing in. I don't support it one bit. Somebody with that level of intelligence and that flair, that style of playing, you're taking that person to put him on the defense? Man, what are you doing? Why can't you just take Mount?
He's a young man.
Why can't you just take Mount out of the equation? If you don't want to play with an attacker, it's all well and good. Mbeumo play on one side, Ahmad on the other side, and then Cunha play in the midfield, in the middle, and then you take this guy Mount out of the equation. It's very simple. And there were a lot of mistakes on that game. Bruno should have substituted a long time ago.
was not in that game.
That guy, he was really messy. Do you know what I find so annoying about him is the fact that he kept telling other players how to play football.
Now you've come to the point where I have issues with him. I said, look, this guy is all around, he's a good player. But the players are not playing for him. You could see him. There was one time one of the players set piece and he was like directing. What are you guys? Okay, play this ball.
Thank you.
You're wasting time. Play this ball.
It's not about the wasting time. Those guys, it's like something you did on the training
On the
ground.
training
They
ground.
already know where to run,
Where
where
to
the
run.
ball should be.
So he was wasting
So
time.
why are you telling them to go this way,
You're
to
not
go
the
this
set
other
piece
way?
coach. You're not the coach. You are directing them.
Thank you.
So that is taking the steam out of them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did with Leniogo. He did with Matthias Cunha. Cunha was running for the ball. Instead of him to play him, he was telling him, no, he was making like this. I was like, why are you telling this guy? It's not like you help him to get to this point of his career.
So now, where do you think was the turning point for you? I have issues with the officiating of that game. And that's why I spoke about unpredictability. One, what led to the penalty? That incident occurred also. We saw a Luke Shaw pulling somebody at the same time Bassi was wrestling your player. So my point is, if VAR had to check that wrestling, how come they did not check the one of Luke Shaw? So because the thing happened in the man's box, his box, he should be given a penalty for me rough handling him. What about our own player that was rough handled? Because I saw Luke Shaw pulling down somebody also. Why Bassi too was pulling somebody out? I have issues with that. And so I don't know what you guys. Two questions I've asked you now. One is, where do you think you guys got it wrong, and what do you think about that decision by the referee and the VAR?
Okay, I think the decision with regards to the penalty both happened at the same time. And on the other hand is the fact that they did not, it's not like they ignored what happened with transpired between Luke Shaw and the other player. No. Well, I think it's not because it was in their defense, that's why they had to make that call. But Bassey was a little bit reckless compared to what happened to Luke Shaw. Because the entire time, they were a little bit clustered at that other point where Luke Shaw was standing with the other player. So the room for them to actually like allow or probably not to wrestle that other player is very limited compared to the time frame. Yes, compared to what happened between Bassey and Mount. For me, I would take it personally if I'm a coach. I'm coaching Fulham with Bassey. He had no right to touch.
Even though the guy was
Messi Mount.
You can see the way Kevin Bassey was.
Messi Mount. How many times have you ever seen Messi Mount head the ball into the net? How many times? The guy doesn't tell him that.
Maybe they've taught him how to side.
No. The commentator said one thing. There are a lot of ways he could have prevented Mount from running past him. You could have just stood there in front of him and then just make like this. There is no way that guy can run past through you. It's not possible. Or you can just run with him. Just give him a little bit of share.
Okay.
A push,
well,
maybe.
Kudos, let's give it to VAR. But this is my own point of view. So where did you guys make a mistake? Because after taking the lead, one would have expected that
Okay.
intensity.
The mistake happened when this guy, what is his name? I know, like taking off Casemiro, leaving Mount on the field was a huge mistake, and even Bruno Fernandes. You asked Bruno to come and play a deep line role as a number 6, and then Mount was playing number 8. Who does that? That was like most of the pundits or most of the postings that I'm seeing on social media platforms. All of them, they are just like discrediting the guy, saying how a coach that is coaching one of the biggest clubs in the world can make a mistake like that.
When you have
multiple choices.
Like I even move the ball forward. Don't push the man forward.
Thank you.
Let him join the Bruno.
The moment you take Casemiro out is the same moment I would take Mount out of the field. It's very simple. At that time we had that goal. I don't know if they could have scored a goal because the way Fulham played us on that second half, I don't know. Maybe even without that boy Smith Rowe scoring that goal, I think maybe someone else could have scored.
Because your defense came alive, but I also have a problem with Bayinda. Bayinda is not good.
No, forget about that keeper. He's not a keeper.
He's giving room for people to attack.
No, he's not a good
There are
keeper.
2 good headers that Fulham.
That guy fell down 5 times in the match. The guy couldn't even find his feet the entire time. He was struggling.
Oh my goodness.
When those corners were coming into the box. I'm telling you, I was like sitting there watching the game. I said, what is happening to this guy?
Anyway,
that goalkeeper, I will tell you one thing. That goalkeeper is an amateur.
Anyways,
Bayinda is an amateur.
Good at it.
No, let me tell you something. The mistake
that
that Bayinda made or has been making for Manchester United, I'm not trying to sound racist here, but if it was a black goalkeeper,
let's say Onana.
like the way they have been bashing Onana on social media, even me, I'm not happy with what Onana has done over the years, but nonetheless, Bayinda is a total mess. I can't take Onana and put him on the bench for Bayinda now. It's a total downgrade to the team.
Wow. Anyways, Robinho, now let's come to your team now. You are so confident about your team.
Yeah, sure.
So, going forward, what do you expect from your team?
I told you earlier on that this season, if you take a look at the way Tottenham is playing, we are playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of determination.
But we've seen that confidence on that position.
Everybody, no.
We've seen it on that Nunes.
We have not seen that kind of.
We've seen it on that Conte.
We have not seen that
We've seen it on that Mourinho. We've seen it on that Ange. Ange came and started playing beautiful football.
It's a different Tottenham because if you take a look at the past season under and Costa Cogli, you can see if we have injury players, the next player that will step into play in that way, you can see them the lapses. But now I can make similar examples. If you take a look at Dean Spence, he's a substitute, right? Destiny Odogi is injured, but you can see the way Dean Spence is playing.
But Spence, do you know that Spence, Arsenal wanted him before he went to Spurs? Because he played remarkably well when he played in the FA Cup. That guy nullified Martinelli. Martinelli did not breathe.
You can see the way Dean Spence is playing. He's so hungry. The guy wants to play. You can see even Richarlison.
Okay.
You can see the way Richarlison is playing. He's a substitute. You can see Dominic Solanke, who is our top striker, he's on the bench. You can see our top midfielders, Achigre and Belleville, and even Kulusevski is out, but we have not missed none of them.
But take a look
you
at
can see the way the
Spurs.
team is playing. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is disciplined.
They start well.
They start
The
well.
past 2 seasons.
That's what I'm telling him. They start well.
This is
January,
a different
That's why I go position.
December, January, you
This
see
is a
another
different kind of
sport.
sport.
Take your word for it. Okay.
Not the person go position first the weakness.
Thank you.
This is a different kind of sport under Thomas Frank. Trust me.
Now, okay,
Everybody is angry and
Just like
so
he said.
disciplined. Trust me.
Premier League. It's unpredictable.
Okay.
So let's wait and see.
let's wait and
Let's
see.
wait.
Hold him to his role as
Now, let's come to the Blues man.
Yes. For my team, I've got a lot of things I'm concerned about. One, I have no confidence in Sanchez going forward. I think Sanchez will cost us. It will cost us. I hope he saves us, but I don't know how confident.
They say he made you guys a week-long World Cup. Now like crying.
The guy had a moment.
I hope he saves us, but we can still see the mistakes of last season.
Yes.
Still doing
The
it.
Chelsea fans
His
never
position
believe in
is
Sanchez.
So by the end of the transfer market, I'm expecting us, at least, if not Sanchez, let's go in for another keeper in our own disposal. Yes, let's get somebody that can keep well in between the sticks. And secondly, our coach also have got concerns about him. The concern I have with my coach is sometimes he tends to underrate teams. Last season, if you see our performance, was it mid-season? We are performing high.
Yeah.
Then he reached to a point where he said, okay, we are not title contenders. He started rotating.
That should demoralize the players.
He started rotating the team regularly, especially the defense. You see the like of Fofana is an injured player, but at the time he was picking up. He was in form. He started giving the man the bench. The third game when the man came in now, he picked up an injury. We see some games, Reece James is fit. Mm-hmm. He has been questioned over and over again. He keeps Reece James on the bench.
And that's your team's captain.
Yeah, he's the captain. He just keeps him on the bench. You see players, over time, momentum. Some players can be good, but when they pick up the momentum, give them their chance until they fall back, until they feel exhausted. But you cannot see a player coming up to like, then you start giving him the bench because he just tactics. No, if that man is in form, he's picking up, give it. Then we see injury could be another concern. So we've got a lot of players, but if injury is coming, then it has to affect us. Just minutes towards the game, we see Cole Palmer was out of that game. And then it was like shock now, everybody, but hopefully.
He did
something, but we cannot just crown it all. West Ham also is a very poor team for them.
Yeah,
the defense is very poor. Hadn't been Palace scored that first goal or any other team, it should have been really, really very more difficult for us. We even see West Ham scored 2 goals. They even scored another one, it was a clear offside. Other than that, who knows? We should have struggled. So these are the challenges.
Anyways, that is why I would say the Premier League is unpredictable, it's full of historic moments, and there are passionate moments also in the English Premier League. Now, we're going to be looking at doing a preview of the forthcoming matches that are going to be happening over the weekend. United are still grappling and trying to find that rhythm. But true to be said, United have a formidable team at the moment. So the problem now is the coaching issue. The coach is being arrogant, just the same way coaches like Arteta and Pep. I think that's one of the things that makes a coach a good coach. But your arrogance, you need to know when to handle it and when to slow down on it and also keep pressing high with it. United were playing against Burnley. That is a match that I think United need to win in order, because the fact that you guys have not nicked a victory is putting a lot of tension on the shoulders of the players. But I feel that the only way forward for United against Burnley, Scott Parker is not going to come easy. Scott Parker, what he's doing with Burnley so far, they ain't doing badly. So United need to play differently, because the system at which United is playing at the moment, personally, I feel is sapping the energy of the players. They're sapping the energy, and that could even lead to injury too.
because the players are playing at a very high optimal level. But the question I keep asking is consistency. How are you going to maintain this momentum till the... We saw how that took the shine off
Liverpool when they were chasing Man City. The metal football, the next season they fizzled out. And so, don't forget that United have this history of long injuries. When their players go on injury like this, it's like till their kingdom come. Looking at this match against Burnley, you guys have sustained a lot of victory over them. I think they've defeated you guys twice. You look at the head-to-head count. Now, what do you think Rúben Amorim should do in order to make a sustained victory? Because you need to get an emphatic victory against the new boys that just returned to the Premier League. You guys have experience, but if you go there and struggle at Old Trafford again, it means there's going to be a huge question mark over the tactical knowledge of Rúben Amorim. So where do you think that Rúben Amorim, or what do you think that he should do in order to get secure victory for United?
I think the only decision he needs to make is letting Mount warm that bench. But I'm very sure he's not going to put him on the bench. I don't know what he sees in that player.
But like we said, you never can tell what he performs in training.
Yeah, it's not about performance in training.
But that's the yardstick in.
Yes, it counts for something. It counts for something, but the positioning is what is wrong. Mount cannot play as a winger. It's not possible. It doesn't have what it takes. You have the energy level, yes. What about like to dribble past 2-3 defenders and then make a cross? Or make a pass for someone to score a goal. And he's a very selfish player too. Everybody knows that. If he's in front of goal, he will kick that ball instead of passing it to someone else. And Ahmad, I want the coach to stop using him on that position as a wing back. If you can't give the guy first team space, let him be the super sub for Mbeumo. It's very simple. He's tiring that boy out. He's going to like kill his career eventually. For me personally, sitting here, if you ask me, the only wish that I want right now, I just want to wake up in the morning and then I know like Amorim is gone. He sacked him.
I don't see United doing that.
Let me tell you something. Any coach that is coming into this United team as a whole, and then if it's a good coach, whether it's an average coach or a good coach with a different tactics, not the 3-5-2 formation, trust me, if he has control of this type of squad that we have, we are going to do great work. Like, we're going to do beauty. Because if I'm playing a 4-3-3 formation, I'll use Bruno, I'll use Kobe Menu, and then I'll use Castro.
Sure, Kobe Menu.
I don't think Kobe Menu staying there.
And the up front,
You see, look at
Trust
his
me.
facial expression on the bench.
How can you keep Kobe Menu on the bench and Maguire on the bench and Sesko?
And on the up front, I'll just use Mbeumo, Cunha, and then Benjamin Sesko. Ahmad will be a super sub. Or I'll keep rotating them. Like game in, game out, I'll just change. Today it will be Mbeumo, the other game it will be Ahmad. And then on defense, that boy has been excellent. Lenny Yoro, he has been good. I'll use Patrick Dogu. I'll use Dalot on one side. And then probably I'll go with Maguire or Delete. It's optional between the two.
That's right.
But you can't keep playing. I used to believe in this system, but when I take a look at how intense the Premier League, the type of energy level that is required to play the Premier League, and the type of energy level that it requires to play a system like this, you will kill the player even before they start playing good football. And that's exactly what is going to happen to us eventually.
Wow.
The guy really needs to change. He's stubborn, he's adamant, he just believes like, this is what I know and this is what I'll stick by. There is something called, I don't know the Latin word, it means improvise, adapt. There's a last word to that. Improvido something. I'll remember the word, I'll bring it one day when I'm coming. I used to, like, I'm okay with that word, but it simply says that it's not every time you go to a place wherein you meet people eating with fork and knife. There are sometimes you go to a place, you
use your
hands. You too will eat with your hands. You improvise. you see people struggling to do certain things because of the
It's
environment.
like
and
you say
everything.
when you roam,
Yes.
act like the Roman.
You find a place to adapt. And with the way he's playing, with the level of his adamance, he's not finding a middle point to adapt to the Premier League.
Maybe you want to perform.
Yeah, I think Amorim has got two problems. Like I identified. One, I don't think he understands the league. I don't know if he's undermining the league or he's underrating the league. And maybe two, he does not have the knowledge about the opponent. Because coaches, I think that helps them to make selection. It's not just about your
problem with
tactics
his selection
and your training. It's not just about your tactics and training. I think you should also probe to know your opponent. What was their last performance? What's their strength? What's their weaknesses? I just think every game he just goes out with his own approach. You need to study the opponent.
I think aside from studying opponents, I think one of the challenges is he being adamant in playing Mount. And you have
What do you want to prove?
A 75 million plus striker on the bench.
Sure.
And the guy, each time the guy, no, look,
And you
I
ask for
don't,
it,
I
you
don't,
ask for
even
it,
though
but you-
we are outriders, I cannot cry down Sesko. For all the period of minutes he has played, he has shown some level of determination that, look, I am in for this. So why not allow the guy to start the game?
Yeah, sure.
Let us see him start.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you are building in him. Probably you want to say, okay, he did not play, but this guy had been in Leipzig, he has been with them in pre-season. He's been playing. It's not that he had issue with transfer issue that he seated at home and said, look, I'm not going to train. So the guy was training before he came. I mean, his fitness level is on the top. The only thing you need to do is for him to understand how to play with his teammates. How do you understand how to play with your teammates? Is when you give him opportunity. Let the guy play. Even if it is, let him start 60-something minutes, you can change him if he's not adapting. But keep playing, because the fact that you got a major striker, that will instill fear in the minds of your opponents.
Thank you.
The moment you line him up and you put him up there, even if he's not good enough at that point, the fact that he's the marquee signing for your team, everybody want to mark him. That can even take this team off your
take defenders off your position, and then you can have someone running behind them.
So why not give him a chance?
I think that's the second point I was talking about. I think that comes with sentiment. He has a lot of sentiment within the team. I don't know if he's linking to one camp or what. He has a lot of sentiment within the team. Even before going to Fulham, this game, I heard that this man was not even in the lineup. The former striker, Oibot, was not even in the team.
No, he's not in
the lineup.
He's going.
Yes. So, but in that, you need to manage players. Now, you have 5 or 6 players in United who are out, totally out. They are not even training. I don't know if the market will favor them or not, but they are totally out. And those you have, you're not integrating them. So I don't know. What's the point?
Okay, let me ask you, Danny. From what Mickey said, do you think there's a way back for Sancho and Garnacho?
If the market does not favor them, so why are you
looking at the way your team is now?
I think he made a statement. It was really, really clear. He said if they couldn't find a club, there are players to welcome them back to the team. I think there is a way for them to save their career. But I don't see Garnacho in general, I don't see him moving away. Do you know why? Because our club executive director said that there is no way he will allow Chelsea to marginalize us in buying Garnacho for a smaller price. No matter what Garnacho does. He will keep him in the team, even if it costs us to keep him on the bench for the next 1 year. They will do that. But Chelsea needs to pay that money, the 50 million, for us to let him go. And Chelsea now, they are waiting for the 11th hours, just the 11th hour just to make that type of transfer or something so that they can have an edge. But I don't see. But I think with the way we are playing, it's not about like adding more players. It's about the coach. He has a problem in managing players, that I can tell you for sure. I said it the last time. If I'm a coach and I'm coaching a young boy just like Garnacho, with the statement that he made, there is a way around that I can bring him back.
Because it can also be positive.
It's an asset.
Yeah, it's an asset.
It's an asset.
When someone makes a statement like that, it shows you they don't like to lose. It's very simple. There is a way you can...
You can even tell him, next time, come to me. My office is open.
Thank you.
Come to me.
I said that the last time.
Yes.
I said that the last time.
I'm telling him, that you are right with the word sentiment.
But
telling
personally,
just play, you get the club.
for me, Sancho, I don't think he wants to play football. I think like he's one of the most laziest players I've ever seen in my life. That guy is rather unfortunate that he has the skills, but God should have just directed that skill to someone else who appreciates it. But the guy prefers to be on social media than being on the pitch.
So let's come now. What's your prediction for that match against Burnley?
I'm not going to predict.
Honestly. Don't vex me.
No, it's not about like I'm angry. It's the fact that I hate to say something and then at the end of the day it doesn't come to pass.
It's your team.
You don't have confidence.
It's my team.
Like guy, I know you.
Forget about confidence. This is the problem. You can't use banding to cover your sore and then think it's all healed up.
Okay, let's move now. You guys are going to be playing against Bournemouth. Tell me.
I have no doubt in my team. For the fact that we have played Bournemouth, I think 18 times, we have won 12 times. So, and we are playing at home. And if you take a look at the way Tottenham is playing, I have no doubt, and I can boldly say we'll defeat Bournemouth by 4-0.
Wow. Let's come to you. The Blues never lose. Against Fulham, your London rivals again. Hey, trouble. With the kind of football those guys play against United, I like your defense.
Yes. I feel Fulham is a tough side. Definitely. We've seen their past 2 games, but they draw. And it tells me that they can concede goals. They're open to goals. And with the likes of Joao Pedro in front, the likes of the Lab, and our attacking, formidable attack, we know we can get more. Even if they get one, we can get more. But I know our next game, we are going to see the absence of Cole Palmer. Definitely. Even though Estavo came in and what, I know we are going to feel the absence of Cole Palmer. We are going to defeat that game. It's going to be a tight margin, 2-1. I believe they are going to concede 2-1.
Okay. Guys, Danny, for the first time, since I know this man as my teammate, Danny refused to predict. Because he's not too sure of what Robert Amorim is going to give him. You've heard it. You said 4 goals, right?
4-0.
4 goals. Okay? And you said 2-1.
2-1, yes.
So hopefully we're going to come back here to rub salt on each other's wound. Anybody that fails. But I'm sure that United is going to beat Burnley. I have no doubt about that.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Burnley. So this has been on this edition of Offside. My teammate as ever, Danny.
Click, subscribe,
Yes.
and like the page.
And Robinho.
Let me say this directly to Thomas Frank. Please, let's continue the good work. And to the team, let's continue the confidence, the everything, please.
Okay. I'm from the Blues never lose.
Of course, London is blue. We also always keep it blue. We're going to defeat Fulham. And to our fans, like, subscribe, comment.
Thank you. This has been on this edition of the show. I want to say thank you for all the support you're giving us. Thank you for building this community together with us. Don't forget, we've all enjoined you to like, to subscribe, to make comments on this platform. Look at all our social media handles. Just go there, subscribe, and keep making your comment count. Until then, keep it tight in the seat outside.